tea. We're having some green tea this morning. I found a crow feather when I was walking up here. Anyway, how are we doing this morning? That's fair. Oh, and my wife made these. I think she said they were strawberry squares. It's got like, I don't know if you can see, but it is. Oh my gosh. Absolutely amazing. You have to try this. If you leaned in for a bite, you're a real one. Anyway, whether you are still in bed or out in nature, whatever you're doing today, make sure at some point you get up, you stretch a little bit, drink some water, take your meds that applies to you, eat something if you can. And I hope that you remember that you are loved, you matter. I'm so glad you're here with me. And I hope that you have a great day. It's been a while since I've talked about books, so I wanted to take a moment and just share with you what I've been reading lately. So I always have a mix of books that I'm reading and books I'm listening to, and some are nonfiction and some are fiction. So one nonfiction book that I've been listening to is a book called Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I'm about halfway through, and she talks about her childhood growing up as a Native American, her experience as a Native American going to college, and some of the racism she encountered, and just the ways that the modern scientific message is not always compatible with the deep knowledge of the earth that she was taught as a child. And it has really opened my eyes to look for the lessons that plants have to teach just in the way that they live and grow. And anyway, it's giving me a really wonderful perspective on the earth, and it's really making me think about my role and how I care about the planet. So I've really liked it so far. Highly recommend it. The other book that I'm listening to is Slow Productivity by Cal Newport. And Cal Newport is a mathematics or something professor, but he writes books on productivity and things like that. And in this book, he talks about really that idea that busyness does not equal productivity, right? What are we doing with our time to use it meaningfully? And I want to talk more about that book specifically by itself in another video. But again, it's really helping me view what I consider productive in a way that is still getting things done, but not this frantic pace. Like, I want to get to a point where someone asks me, hey, how are you doing? And I don't use the word busy. I'm tired of saying busy. I don't want to be busy. I want to be living a meaningful life. Anyway, and that book is really inspiring me to do that. Another book I've been listening to and reading is The Tao of Pooh. I have read it 6 times in the last 3 months. It's a pretty short book, and it's just a perfect blend of Winnie the Pooh and the Tao Te Ching. And again, it really dovetails nicely with slow productivity, and that it's all about mindfulness and learning to live the Pooh way. And I've really liked it and got a lot out of it. For fiction, I am reading the second book in the Beware of Chicken series, and I'm still loving it. It is such a fun read. The idea of farm animals going on this hero's journey, learning how to cultivate their chi and become more powerful. Meanwhile, the main character, the farmer, who was a chi cultivator, kind of what you think of like those super martial arts masters that develop superhuman abilities. And he's just focused on putting his chi into the farm, and then just the things that happen as a result of that. And there's other people around him that are grasping and yearning for power, and they see the earth as something to be taken, the earth's resources to be taken to further their might and their abilities. And he is just taking his strength and giving it away, and he's just living this deep, rich, peaceful life. And yet, well, I don't want to spoil it for you if you ever read it, but it's been a great story. There is some language in it, so like the story itself is very kid friendly, but there's some language in it, so just be aware of that. I'm also rereading the Book of Five Rings. So in a previous video I talked about the book Code of the Samurai and the impact it had on me, and it kind of got me nostalgic for other books that I read that were impactful when I was young, and Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings is one of them. In fact, I think I referenced the Book of Water in a previous video, and so I am rereading that and really, really enjoying it. There's also my Grimm's Fairy Tales, African Myths and Legends, Native American Myths and Legends. I'm always in and out of those books as well. But yeah, that's kind of everything that I'm reading right now. What are you reading right now that you're really enjoying? And do you have any book recommendations? My TBR list is ridiculous, but I'm always willing to add books because I'll go through phases where, like right now, I'm reading here and there, and then I'll have seasons where I'm just devouring books. And so having an extended TBR list is helpful for that. So yeah, let me know what books you'd recommend. You said it, Crow. All right, friends. It's time for your next adventure. I'll miss you. Cheers. We should go for a swim. You want to go for a swim? Let's go swimming.